Every day, millions of people board airplanes without giving much thought to the airport they're flying into. But not all airports are created equal. Some are located on the sides of mountains, others are surrounded by dangerous terrain. From terrifying approaches to extremely short runways, these airports push both pilots and aircraft to their limits. Today, we are counting down the 5 most dangerous airports in the world. Number 5. Courchevel Airport, France. Nestled deep within the French Alps, Courchevel Airport is one of the most unusual and dangerous airports in the world. At first glance, it looks more like a ski resort than an airport. Surrounded by towering mountains and breathtaking scenery, the location attracts visitors from around the globe. But for pilots, landing here is far from relaxing. What makes Courchevel Airport so dangerous is its extremely short runway. Measuring just over 500 meters in length, it leaves pilots with very little room for error. Unlike most airports, the runway is also built on a steep slope. Aircraft must land uphill and take off downhill, creating a unique challenge that few airports in the world share. There is another major problem. The airport has no instrument landing system to guide pilots during poor weather conditions. Instead, pilots must rely largely on visual approaches. This means fog, snow, or reduced visibility can make landing significantly more dangerous. The surrounding mountains create additional obstacles. Pilots must carefully navigate through narrow valleys while maintaining precise control of their aircraft. There is very little margin for error. Once an aircraft commits to the landing approach, there is no opportunity to perform a go-around in many situations. The pilot must successfully land on the first attempt. During winter, conditions become even more challenging. Snow and ice can reduce traction on the runway, while strong mountain winds create unpredictable turbulence. These factors require exceptional skill and concentration. Because of the airport's unique dangers, only specially trained pilots are permitted to operate there. Even experienced aviators consider Courchevel one of the most demanding airports in Europe. Despite all these risks, thousands of travelers use the airport every year to reach one of the world's most famous ski destinations. The combination of stunning scenery and extreme difficulty has made Courchevel Airport legendary among aviation enthusiasts. And if you think this airport is dangerous, the next 4 airports on our list are even more challenging. Number 4. Princess Juliana Airport, St. Martin. Most airports keep the public far away from arriving aircraft. Princess Juliana Airport does the exact opposite. Located on the Caribbean island of St. Martin, this airport is famous for one reason. Planes fly incredibly low over a public beach before landing. Every year, thousands of tourists gather at Maho Beach to witness the spectacle for themselves. As aircraft approach the runway, they pass just a few dozen meters above the heads of beachgoers. The sight is both breathtaking and terrifying. Large commercial jets appear to skim across the sand as they descend toward the runway. For passengers inside the aircraft, the landing can feel surprisingly close to the ground. For people standing on the beach, it can be an unforgettable experience. But despite its popularity, the airport presents several unique dangers. One of the biggest challenges is the airport's relatively short runway. Pilots must carefully manage their approach speed and descent path to ensure a safe landing. Strong coastal winds can also affect aircraft as they approach the island. These conditions require constant attention from flight crews. The airport is also famous for the powerful jet blast produced by departing aircraft. When large jets prepare for takeoff, the force generated by their engines can be extremely dangerous. In the past, tourists standing too close to the airport fence have been knocked over by the intense blast of air. Warning signs have been installed around the area, but people still gather to watch aircraft take off and land. This combination of low-flying planes, nearby crowds, and challenging conditions has made Princess Juliana Airport one of the most famous airports in the world. A landing here requires skill, precision, and perfect timing. While thousands of successful landings occur every year, the airport remains one of aviation's most unique and potentially dangerous destinations. And if you think landing above a crowded beach is scary, the next 3 airports on our list are even more extreme. Number 3. Madeira Airport, Portugal. Located on the Portuguese island of Madeira, this airport is famous for its breathtaking ocean views and one of the most challenging landing approaches in the world. At first glance, the airport looks modern and perfectly safe. But appearances can be deceiving. Madeira Airport has earned a reputation among pilots for its powerful winds and unpredictable weather conditions. The island's mountainous terrain creates complex air currents that can suddenly push aircraft off their intended flight path. As a result, pilots must constantly make adjustments during the final approach. Even a small gust of wind can significantly affect an aircraft's position. One of the airport's most remarkable features is its runway. To create enough space, engineers extended part of the runway over the ocean using massive concrete pillars. This impressive construction project transformed the airport into one of the most unique engineering achievements in aviation. Despite the extension, landing here remains a serious challenge. Pilots often have to perform carefully calculated approaches while dealing with changing wind conditions. Unlike many major airports, a routine landing at Madeira can quickly become a test of skill and experience. Because of the airport's difficulty, pilots receive specialized training before operating flights there. Not every pilot is qualified to land at Madeira. Only those who complete additional preparation are permitted to fly into the airport. Over the years, advances in technology and runway improvements have increased safety. However, the airport continues to be known as one of the most demanding destinations in commercial aviation. Passengers often experience noticeable turbulence during arrival, especially when weather conditions are unfavorable. For many travelers, landing at Madeira becomes one of the most memorable parts of the journey. The combination of stunning scenery, strong winds, and a runway partially built above the ocean makes this airport unlike almost any other in the world. And while Madeira is certainly intimidating, the next two airports on our list are even more dangerous. Number 2. Paro Airport, Bhutan. Hidden among the towering peaks of the Himalayas, Paro Airport is widely regarded as one of the most difficult airports in the world to land at. Unlike most international airports, Paro is surrounded by mountains that rise thousands of meters into the sky. These massive peaks leave pilots with very little room to maneuver. Instead of approaching over flat terrain, aircraft must navigate through narrow mountain valleys while making precise turns before lining up with the runway. The challenge begins long before the aircraft reaches the airport. Pilots must carefully follow a complex approach route that takes them between mountains, hills, and rugged terrain. There is very little margin for error. A small mistake in judgment could place an aircraft dangerously close to the surrounding landscape. What makes Paro even more unusual is that only a limited number of pilots in the entire world are certified to land there. These pilots undergo specialized training and must demonstrate exceptional skill before being allowed to operate flights into the airport. The airport's location also creates unpredictable weather conditions. Strong winds can develop rapidly within the valleys, making approaches even more demanding. Visibility can change quickly as clouds move through the mountains. The combination of towering mountains, narrow valleys, changing weather, and strict pilot requirements has earned Paro Airport its reputation as one of the most dangerous airports on Earth. And if you think landing between Himalayan mountains is terrifying, wait until you see the airport that takes the number 1 spot on our list. Number 1. Lukla Airport, Nepal. Widely known as the most dangerous airport in the world, Lukla Airport has earned a reputation that few other airports can match. Officially known as Tenzing Hillary Airport, it serves as the main gateway to Mount Everest and the surrounding Himalayan region. Every year, thousands of climbers and adventurers pass through this small airport on their journey toward the world's highest mountain. But reaching Lukla is an adventure in itself. The airport sits high in the mountains at an elevation of nearly 3,000 meters above sea level. Surrounded by rugged terrain and towering peaks, it offers pilots almost no room for error. What makes Lukla especially dangerous is its runway. At just over 500 meters long, it is significantly shorter than those found at most commercial airports. To make matters even more intimidating, the runway is built on a steep incline. At one end sits a solid mountain wall. At the other is a dramatic drop into the valley below. There is no possibility of overshooting the runway. Pilots have only one chance to get the landing right. Weather conditions add another layer of danger. Fog, strong winds, rain, and rapidly changing visibility are common in the region. Conditions that appear safe one moment can become hazardous only minutes later. Even for experienced aviators, landing here is considered one of the greatest challenges in aviation. Passengers often describe the final approach as both breathtaking and terrifying. As the aircraft weaves between mountains and descends toward the short runway, the margin for error becomes incredibly small. Despite its reputation, Lukla remains an essential transportation link for the Everest region. Without it, reaching many remote communities would be far more difficult. But its combination of extreme terrain, unpredictable weather, short runway, and challenging approach has earned it a title recognized around the world. For these reasons, Lukla Airport takes the number 1 spot on our list of the most dangerous airports on Earth. Those were the 5 most dangerous airports in the world. Which one would you be brave enough to land at? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating countdowns, dangerous places, and incredible locations from around the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.